Who's that?
Benching?
Yeah.
Oh, me.
That is a lot of weight, man. How much is that?
I don't know. I'd have to do the math. It's kilos. 350, something like that.
Come on. Welcome to the Respect the Ranch podcast for June 2011. I'm Scott Bailey. Modeled after the Chicago public radio show This American Life, our monthly podcast is built around a theme and then explores that theme through stories, interviews, and art by RBV staff and students. Our podcast this June focuses on the rancho around you, an exploration of some of the qualities of RBV around us that we might not always see or recognize. So our final podcast for the year in 5 acts. In Act 1, a student essay by an RBV senior about grief and the importance of connection. In Act 2, we ask the class of 2011 what they will miss about the ranch. In Act 3, an interview with the RBV plant manager about beehives, ponies, manure, and charity. In Act 4, our first original poem written and read by an RBV administrator. And finally, Act 5, an original song written and performed by an RBV senior. All this to come on our Respect the Ranch podcast celebrating the rancho around you for June 2011. Let's get started. Act 1. RBV senior Roy Baez has had a challenging 4 years at Rancho. After losing both his parents in a tragic car accident at the beginning of his freshman year, he found himself forced into dealing early on with grief and what to do with his future. Roy submitted this essay to remind us all that these kinds of losses are unseen all around us every day, but that it is possible to learn how to live and love again.
Every morning I wake up, I never feel the same. When I was 13, on December 13th, I spent the night at a cousin's house while my parents went to their favorite casino, Paula. My parents had different ways of enjoying themselves at that casino. My mom always gambled, whether that meant by playing cards or by pulling the slot machine lever. My dad, on the other hand, would sit somewhere quietly and read a book. Maybe this doesn't seem like much fun to most people, and even though they were sometimes on opposite sides of the casino, they really loved each other's company. It would take a lot to separate what they had. That night, they went with another couple, and when it came down to being with friends, they knew how to have fun. My parents were the couple who always made sure you had a smile when you spent time with them. Usually, when they went out with friends, I could expect a call by 12, saying they were on their way to pick me up and take me home. But that night was different. That night, my mom called at 11:13. She wanted to check up on me and to make sure I was fine. We talked as usual, except this time, we didn't exchange our traditional I love yous when we said goodbye. That is something I'll always regret. At midnight, I actually called to make sure I wasn't accidentally left behind. I knew they would never forget me, but I called because I wanted a voice of security and comfort. It usually never took a second for my mom to answer her phone. Instead, this last time, I got her voicemail. It was the voice of a woman, part of the standard voicemail introduction, apologizing that my mom couldn't be reached. This wasn't ordinary. This was different. It was her cue to answer, but now the script in the play that we always acted out was falling apart. She wasn't answering. At that point, I began to pace around the room looking for answers, trying to figure out what might be happening. I called again, but no answer. I must have called at least 9 times between midnight and 2 a.m., almost a call every 20 minutes. I purposely didn't leave a message because that would just leave another hanging thread to think about, yet another reason to worry. Maybe her phone was just off, or it could be that she had her attention on the slot machines. I couldn't sleep, and every hour that passed made me skip a heartbeat. Finally, that morning my brother pulled up in the driveway. It wasn't part of the plan to be picked up by him. None of this was part of the plan. It's funny, The sky looked the same, the clouds looked the same, but that moment felt different. Nothing felt right. He took me inside and sat me down. Then he said, "Last night our parents died in a car accident returning from the casino. The couple they went with also died." I later learned that my parents were driving on a windy road when on a wide turn an oncoming car hit them head-on. The other driver was under the influence of alcohol, marijuana, and methamphetamines, which made him lose control of his car. In that moment, I had no capability to even form a thought. I lost a feeling in my body. I couldn't move, and everything inside me began to cave in. Nothing felt right. Even when I looked around the room, all I remember is the color of the pale walls and the ice-cold floor. This was a dream turning into a nightmare. Everybody was in tears, but I still wasn't. I was trying to understand how something like this was even possible. But what I now know is that at midnight on that night, my mom's phone was in the middle of the road. It wasn't the phone being off or that she wasn't paying attention to it. It had simply broken on impact. I never expected to experience an event like this. I felt so alone, so disconnected from everything, it was as if even my shadow was missing. For the first couple of days, I didn't know where to start the process of what everyone calls grieving. I never truly understood that word until now, and I'm still not sure if many people truly know the meaning. But I went through the first stage of grief with what I knew best, spending time with the family I had. Right after my parents died, all my family came to my house to stay for a couple of days. We spent the night together. We spent time together to get through grief as one. We exchanged memories of the past and recognized each other's good health, but that's as far as it went. Family can sometimes protect us to make tragedies feel as if they didn't happen, but in the end, as important as that may be, it doesn't mask reality. I felt as if my family kept me in a holding pattern of grief that slowed me from moving forward with my life. I knew that I had to face the problem head-on, but didn't know where to start looking for an answer, where or how to feel connected again. Until she found me, and I found the answer. When I spent time with my family during those first few days, I would look out the window, across the street to her house on the other side of the road. I hoped that the butterflies in my stomach would carry me over to her place. I had met a girl who made comfort return to the part of my heart that was missing after I lost my parents. She is the only person who brought back happiness that I believed would be gone forever. A couple of nights after my family left, I tried to be independent by painting my room to start the next part of the grieving process. To me, painting my room meant I was ready to move forward. Truth is, painting a room is only one thing, but painting a room with someone who changes your life is another. Michelle came over that night to help me, and it was the first time I had felt a strong connection with anyone since my parents passed away. I learned that night that she could move me emotionally more than anybody. After that night, I became close to someone who will always be important in my life. I fell in love. She returned the 3 words in life that I had lost: faith, hope, and love. I felt the loss of faith when I realized that life can easily take those who matter most. I lost the belief in everything I looked up to. I felt the loss of hope when I spent every second that night wishing that nothing dangerous had happened to my parents. Losing hope felt like life had no purpose. Losing love made me feel alone with nobody willing to care. I wasn't the same person after she changed me. Instead of feeling like I had no purpose, I felt like I was meant for so much more. I'm who I am now because of the new connection I had begun. She brought me back to life. She brought the structure on which I could base the work I needed to become stronger. Every second I spent with her broke away the grieving slowly, piece by piece. Michelle made a difference in my life, one that could never be replaced. I think my parents will be proud to know who I have become as I leave high school. Most importantly, I've become someone I'm proud of. It's been almost 4 years since the accident, and I've become someone different who my parents will never meet, but because I have become someone better, it makes the loss easier to cope with. Time can help heal the wounds of grief, but it's what you experience during that time that stops the bleeding. It's the people we meet and connect with who teach us about who we are and how to heal.
RBB 12th grader Roy Baez and his reflections on loss and the importance of companionship. And now Act 2. You might not always know what the people around you appreciate about high school. That is, until they become seniors about to leave the campus forever. We asked the graduating class of 2011 what they think they might miss about Rancho.
Hi, my name is Connor, and one thing I'll miss about high school is being harassed by my teachers.
Hi, my name is Diana, and one thing I'll miss about high school is getting kicked out for talking too much.
Hi, my name is Nick, and one thing I'll miss about high school is the bathrooms.
Hi, my name is Devin, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is my teachers.
Hi, my name is Katie, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is walking with my friend Angelica in the morning.
Hi, my name is Monica, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is the people.
Hi, my name is Bridget, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is all my friends.
Hi, my name is Mike, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is dominating Mr. Bailey in the senior staff basketball game.
Hi, my name is Mark, and I'm going to miss the traffic in the student lot.
Hi, my name is Zane, and the only thing I'll miss about high school is no, not really.
Hi, my name is Mark, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is the free education.
Hi, my name is Brian, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is Mr. Sanchez.
Hi, my name is Brandon, and one thing I'll miss about high school is all my friends being in one spot.
My name is Harper, and one thing I'll miss about high school is easy running practices because they'll be harder in college.
Hi, my name is Non, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is waking up really early.
Hi, my name is Chris, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is that it's free.
Hi, my name is Stefan, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is spending time with friends.
Hi, my name is Erica, and one thing I'll miss about high school is all the senior soccer players.
Hi, my name is Lucio, and the thing I'll miss about high school is watching my girlfriend perform.
Hi, my name is Elise, and one thing I'll miss about high school is the bus rides.
Hi, my name is Leah, and one thing that I'll miss about high school is Miss Glennon.
Hi, my name is Nancy, and one thing I'll miss about high school is all the school events.
Hi, my name is Brittany, and one thing I'll miss about high school is my friends. Hi, my name is Bree, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is it being free.
My name is Danielle, and the thing that I'll miss about high school is, I would have to say, all the friendships that I've made and all the wacky names and stuff that we do.
Hi, my name is Jesus, and one thing I'll miss about high school is my friends.
Hi, my name is Gareth, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is the people.
Hi, my name is Lupe, and one thing I'll miss about high school is not the homework.
Hi, my name is Mike, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is the basketball games.
My name is Shelby, and one thing I'll miss about high school is Miss Hall.
Hi, my name is Kim, and one thing I'll miss about high school is bumping into everyone's elbows in the hallway.
Hi, my name is Jeremy, and the one thing I miss about high school is saying hi to everyone in the hallways.
Hi, my name is Savannah, and one thing I'll miss about high school is the bad lunches.
Hi, my name is Jonathan, and one thing I'll miss about high school is the great friends and the great times.
Hi, my name is Zach, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is everyone that I hate.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is all my friends.
Hi, my name is Ari, and one thing I'll miss about high school is hip-hop.
Hi, my name is Mitchell, and one thing I will miss about high school is tennis and natural high.
Okay, I got this. Hi, my name's Olivia, and one thing I'll miss about high school is color guard.
Hi, my name's Anna, and one thing I'll miss about high school is Artistic Rhapsody.
Hi, my name is Nick, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is band.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and one thing I'll miss about high school is cats. Hi, my name is Paige, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is the sketchy bathrooms.
Hi, my name is Mariellen, and one thing I'll miss about high school is the wonderful teachers.
Hi, my name is Bianca, and one thing I'll miss about high school is cafeteria food. Hi, my name is Grace, and one thing I'll miss about high school is a socio-political history of rock and roll.
Hi, my name's Gabby, and one thing I'm going to miss about high school is hanging out with my friends.
Hi, my name is Abby, and one thing I'll miss about high school is not being the only weird one in school.
Hi, my name is Brianna, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is the basketball games.
Hi, my name is Alex, and one thing I'll miss the most about high school is my rock and roll history class.
Hi, my name is Marina, and I'm going to miss people in the parking lot.
Hi, my name is Dylan, and I'm going to miss all the friends that I've met through my whole life here.
Hi, my name is Morgan, and one thing I'll miss about high school is saying naked mole rat.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is learning about rhetoric.
Hi, my name is Danielle, and the one thing I'll miss about high school is all my nerdy friends and making them brownies every week.
Hi, my name is Mohammed, and one thing I'll miss about high school is the anime club.
My name is Danny, and the one thing that I'll miss about high school is the incredible relationships that I've had with the people in all my classes.
The graduating class of 2011 and some of the things they will miss about RBV. And now Act 3. RBV plant manager Randy Gallan is a fundamental part of our school who sometimes gets overlooked by people who don't know any better. The truth is, this school literally could not function without his expertise and diverse skills. As we found out in a casual conversation with Randy, it is not just his college degree, life in Japan, landscaping, motorcycle racing, powerlifting, or gardening that sets him apart as a Renaissance man, but his committed support of charities that are close to his heart. I'm here with Randy Gallan, plant supervisor here at Rancho Buena Vista High School. Randy, how are you?
Fine.
Good. How long have you been the plant manager here?
22 years.
22 years?
Yep. 31 with the district.
You told me last week that you were 35 years old.
Yeah, I just turned 49.
Did you?
Yeah, you can edit that.
Do you feel 49?
Some days when I get up in the morning, yeah.
Because you were pretty successful in the world of weightlifting. Powerlifting.
Different sport.
Sorry for not knowing the difference. Can you tell me what's the difference between weightlifting and powerlifting?
Olympic weightlifting is the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
And the snatch. It's overhead stuff. Powerlifting is the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift.
Now, am I remembering a couple years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, you won some performance level?
No, last year I won the nationals again.
Again? That's what I'm thinking about.
No, I don't even know how many records I have. There was a few.
Really?
Yeah, of nationals and worlds and stuff like that.
Well, when did you start powerlifting then?
Well, I started in 1984, and I competed up till last year, and I blew out my shoulder. But I'll be back.
Are you sure?
No.
I mean, okay.
You're never sure.
Right.
It was a pretty major surgery.
Why do you have this picture?
Why not?
Because most people don't keep pictures of their surgery around.
If you look in my office, you see all sorts of pictures of just things that remind me of things.
Yeah.
There's one in there where I was doing a strongman competition where I'm pulling a fire truck. Got that one right there, the yellow motorcycle. That's my road racing bike, which keeps me out of trouble on the street because I go as fast as I want on the track.
And so you find that you're not nuts on the street because you get some of that out when you're on the track. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because there's no speed limits, and there's no dirt on the track, and there's no little old ladies pulling out in front of you, and people talking on their cell phone.
All of which would kill you if you're going fast on a motorcycle on the street, right?
I've been down a couple times. It hurts.
So okay, let me back up. So then, where are you now with recovery, with your shoulder, with powerlifting? Where are you now? I mean, you were in a lot of pain. I mean, a couple of weeks ago I talked to you.
Well, no, I came back the second day. My wife dropped me off so I could reprogram the bells that got screwed up.
Right. I
don't know. You know what? It's just I still go to the gym at 4 in the morning, and I've been training. I popped it the other day. It's like, okay, I need to back off a little bit.
So, can we talk about a typical day for you here? Actually,
there's no such thing.
What do you mean?
There's no such thing. It's like,
well, how about this? Let me tell you about my morning. Today I started at 7:15 here at Rancho. I spent about 45 minutes grading quizzes and entering up into my computer. Then I reread a chapter that I'm going to teach today. And then I went and got a cup of coffee for us. That was an hour and 15 minutes of my day. What has happened the last hour and 15 minutes of your day this morning?
Well, let's see. Found a whole bunch of graffiti. Then my guys took a bunch of graffiti on the camera. There was a cleanup in the library, a beehive up over room 112. We're trying to dig out a trench behind 604 that the roots have got into the drain line. and kind of blocked it up, and so it flooded out the room. But we're running in all the tree roots, and they're just huge tree roots. So it's not just digging by hand. You got to take a digging bar and all that kind of fun stuff. Found the kids vandalized my cart yesterday.
What do you mean they vandalized your cart? What'd they do?
Oh, they took some paint and spray painted the windshield and they striped down the side.
Okay.
And
so that's probably not even the whole portion of your last.
Oh, no. There's, yeah. Hang on a second. Hello.
Hey, podcast listeners. As you can imagine, the world of a plant manager for a 50-acre public school is not a world of quiet cubicles and slow-moving structures. It's a world of instant emergencies, trash trucks loading docks, and a lot of phone calls.
Interesting.
I think you'll see what I mean throughout this interview.
No, I understand.
Don't let it distract you.
Okay, let me come down and talk to you a little bit about this. All right, that's it.
So give me more about your day. So can we go down like a list of things that you expect to happen today? What do you expect to happen today? People have no idea, right? I think, first of all, I think they imagine a single-dimensional image of what it is that you do. They think janitor, right?
Some people do.
It's all right.
Yeah. You guys want to come up and get them? All right, that's it.
So they probably think of you as a janitor, right? And I think janitor is code for somebody who cleans rooms. They empty trash.
Some people do, some people don't. The kids do.
The kids do.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So when they see you, you think that that's kind of what they're imagining?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Until I go out there and jumpstart their car or unjam their locker or go into the room and fix the air conditioner or pull the paper clip out of the electrical outlet that they put the paper clip in and they say, well, maybe he's got a clue.
Yeah. Do you feel like you work against that kind of stereotype? The difference between what you literally do as a plant manager and a janitor?
Oh,
you find that people have an expectation of who you are as a person based on that?
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Whoever really sees me work knows the difference, but then there's people that just, it's just a janitor.
And you know what I remember? One of my first memories of you was about 8 or 9 years ago. I've been here at Rancho a couple of years, and I started the head-to-head haiku slam. And I didn't know you, right? I mean, you're busy. Our worlds don't always kind of come together, but you were helping with the haiku slam, getting the room set up, and you wrote a haiku real quickly.
Yes, I did.
About working on campus, and I think it had something to do with being up to your neck in trash.
Yeah, I remember that haiku.
Yeah. That was my first experience with you. And then I learned all kinds of things about you. One, you were in Japan for a while, is that right?
4 years.
Where in Japan were you?
In Yokosuka.
What was it like being in Japan? What was it like being an American in Japan? Why were you in Japan? How about that?
Well, my dad was in the military.
Oh, your dad's military.
Well, we lived on a military base.
Okay.
But, I mean, we spent a lot of time off base, lived in a Quonset hut.
Really?
Yeah, because, it was a lot of old World War II stuff back then.
Yeah.
And a lot of the friends that I had lived off base and were Japanese, and my dad had. When we were racing motorcycles over there, we raced. There was a couple of tracks on base, the different bases, but we also raced the factory tracks. So Yamaha land, Suzuki land. So we had a lot of interaction there. We had our mechanic who was a Japanese guy, and we spent a lot of time in his house. I remember me and his kids always used to butt heads, and even though we didn't speak the same language, we were still kids. Kids are kids.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that interesting how, you don't always have to have language, right?
Yep.
The other stuff goes beyond language sometimes, right?
Yeah, we're throwing the chess out and trying to outdo each other. And
right.
Didn't even speak the same language. I mean, I spoke a little Japanese. He spoke a little English.
Uh-huh. Right. Do you still speak any Japanese? Do you remember anything?
Skosh.
Just
I can still count. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kuju, and that's up to 10. But we took some great trips. I was in the band. And we took some great band trips because, these big corporations would want all these round-eyed, blonde-haired kids,
right.
Even though we didn't play really good music.
Right.
That's who they wanted for their corporate openings. So.
Right. What instrument did you play?
I was trumpet.
You still play the trumpet?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
Every once in a while I'd pick it up. Give it about 10 minutes.
You have time for music now anymore? I know that you're into music too, right? Because you've MC'd the Battle of the Bands and...
Oh, yeah. I've done a lot of MCing with... Battle of the Bands. I've done wrestling and basketball. Do a lot of work with Special Olympics. I've been putting on competitions for them for 20-something years.
Uh-huh.
Mostly strongman stuff, bench press contests, things like that.
So at the beginning of every school year, right, the staff has a meeting beginning of the year, and you have some portion of the time to talk about safety on campus, right?
Among other things.
Among other things. One of the things that you started doing a couple of years ago is opening up with a story about a pony.
Okay.
You remember the story?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I could get you to tell that story?
So there's these scientists, and they're doing a study on children on different attitudes. And so they take 2 kids. And they put one kid in a room full of all brand new toys. I mean, he's got everything he could ever want. Well, this kid's kind of a pessimist. Well, the other kid, who's the optimist, they put in a room full of manure. They let the kids do their thing for an hour or so, and then they all come into the one room with the kid with all the brand new toys, and they walk in, and he's all sad and sullen, and they ask us, what's the matter? I mean, you've got all this brand new stuff. Why? What's the problem? Well, he gave me all these new toys, but they're going to break, and then what am I going to do then? And then they walk into the second kid, and he's in there in a room full of manure, just having a good old time, throwing manure all over the place, digging around. And the scientist said, why are you so happy? I mean, you've got a pile of manure here. He says, well, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. Well, I try to be a pony guy. Uh-huh. And actually, I did steal this story.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
right.
This is a Ronald Reagan story.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh. Great.
But I try to throw different parts, depending on what's happened through the year, into the story. Like a couple years ago, it was the year of the rat.
And you don't mean that in like a Chinese New Year?
No, I mean how many rats I've killed that year. Because I keep track.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this year, this is my rat board. Here's my rat right there. It's been a slow year. I've only killed 29 this year. But one year I killed 135.
135 rats? What are you talking about? Where are they? What do you mean? They're in rooms?
Everywhere. Rooms, overheads, just you name it. I mean, it was the year of the rat. So how do I make a killing a rat positive and not get frustrated about it? You keep a tally.
Right.
And you screw a little rat up on the board.
Yeah.
And you kind of just try to think something, how can I make this not a negative thing in my mind where it's like I'm overwhelmed? And the way I do it is just kind of make fun of it and make it a challenge as opposed to just another drudgery.
It would seem like a challenge to stay positive sometimes in your job. Well, I mean, only in this sense. Part of your job is to deal with things that are falling apart. I mean, that's going to be a big part of your job. It's not, I think for like a teacher or an administrator, like a big part of it is you're thinking about how you're making a kid grow, right? But I think, on some level, what you do every day is about things that are falling apart.
But it's the same thing in your job. I mean, how many kids, you have a lot of kids that you see the light bulb come on, and it's a really good thing. But then, believe me, I'm out there, and you've got these kids that just don't care.
Yeah.
Their whole goal in the class is to disrupt what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing out in my world. Whether it's graffiti, whether it's, them posturing with you, I've always said probably a third of the kids here would rather tell me to drop dead than give me the time of day.
Uh-huh.
And so we're the same in that aspect.
Yeah.
Because I know there's kids in your room that just, those are the ones that are sitting outside that you asked to step outside because you're disrupting class.
Yeah, okay, so that'll happen every now and then. But on any given day, I'm not asked to go kill rats, fix a problem with a key, deal with like a drain that's falling apart. Like everything seems like it's about things that are like deteriorating,
sure.
And it's your job to stand between deterioration and things getting horrible.
I would rather do that than clean a classroom.
Yeah,
because I cleaned classrooms, and I like the challenge of it. When the stuff hits the fan is, I think, when I do my best. When there's a fire, when there's an emergency.
And we've had those on Rancho's campus.
Oh, yeah, many times.
Yeah.
And I think I do my best to keep this place safe. But that's when I see myself the strongest.
That is the exact focus of this podcast, is the things that are around you that you don't appreciate.
Well, because I walk into a classroom. Somebody needs me in their classroom. As soon as I walk into the room, I'm looking around at things. Hey, pencil sharpener's broke. I'll fix that.
Yeah.
Your screen looks like it's going to fall off the wall. Hey, you can't have that extension cord.
Right.
Is your refrigerator plugged directly into the wall, or do you have it into a power strip? In every room I walk into, I scan.
And you think some people would think you're just being a pain?
I don't care.
But that's not what I asked.
Oh, sure.
Like, do you think some people think that you're being a pain?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can
like,
live
oh,
with
he's
that.
on some sort of power trip kind of strange thing?
I can live with that.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm doing the right thing. I also see things that, what can I do to help? Every time I go in a room, I say, is there anything else I can do for you while I'm here?
Yeah.
I have my tools.
Yeah. So you lift, we know that, powerlifting. Motorcycles are a big part of your life.
Yep.
How often do you race?
It's been a while because it's just a financial issue right now. My grandson's sick, and so we've just spent a lot of money on that. But my grandson's my priority. Well, and then I've got that ankylosing spondylitis thing.
This is a problem with your back that you've had for the last couple of years.
It's an autoimmune thing.
Oh.
So it's not just my back, it's every joint in my system.
Oh, it affects every joint.
Yeah, and so they get inflamed. And
I see.
If you don't keep active, then things start to fuse. And
okay.
It's not a good one.
How many children do you have? You have a grandson. One?
Well,
is that a complicated family tree? Is that why you're hesitating?
Yeah,
okay.
It really is. Well, I have custody of one.
Okay.
I have one son. He's over at the Teen Recovery Center.
Okay.
And so we've been working with that, going to NA meetings twice a week.
Okay.
And I wanted to nip that in the bud before he got too out of control.
Yeah.
His next step was juvenile hall. I mean, I was a total pothead. I did them all. Just like most people in the 70s.
Right.
Not that I'm bragging about, because I did give a lot of speeches here for the health ed classes on
about the dangers of
the dangers, the things I've seen, the people I've seen die, how I got out of it. Which the thing that got me out of it was weightlifting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was into doing all that stuff, and it's like couldn't make any gains in my sport if I was going to be strung out all the time, and that's what I used as my replacement. Which is what I'm trying to teach my son.
Yeah.
Is you need a replacement. You can't keep hanging out with the kids you were hanging out with before. But then I have another grandson who actually she put up for adoption, and then there's one in the oven.
And there's one in the oven right now?
One in the oven. The same.
Great, so you got kids all over.
And then the daughter, and then I have a handicapped son at home too.
It's got to take up a big part of your life. I mean,
he doesn't drive. No, he'd help, and he does. I cook dinner, and he does dishes, or my wife cooks dinner, and it's kind of a team effort.
Okay.
Goodwill has been a lot of help. Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They do job training. He's got a job coach.
Oh. Wow, that's great.
Well, think of it as an IEP. Because when he was in school, he was a special ed kid, like one of our special ed kids here.
Yeah.
Not severely handicapped, but in there. And he still does, they call it something else. It's an AAP, Adults Individual Assessment or something like that. But he still does IEPs, and we work with his people. He's got a caseworker if there's any problems at work.
Okay.
Then he can work with us, but we can also bring the caseworker in, and the caseworker helps deal with it within his limitations.
I see.
Which helps us a lot.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's all based on goodwill.
Yeah.
That's what goodwill does. You give to goodwill, that's what you're given to.
Yeah, I think people just imagine giving to goodwill and they just sell your stuff for cheap and that's the end of it.
I didn't know that until we started working with them. And got a job through them and the regional center and all that. It's all intermixed.
Right. And you have a grandson.
Yeah, but we have custody.
And what's his name?
Lex.
You made a joke earlier that he's your little Obama.
Yeah.
I mean, he's biracial.
Yes.
Well, what ethnicity?
He's black and white.
He's black and white. So really, like actually President Obama.
Hello.
Sorry, but one last interruption, podcast listeners. After this last phone call, we talked about some both serious and intense stories about his life that are private, but we thought you should hear the discussion about those stories that were triggered. We pick up right now after those stories. How do you have something like that happen to you and still think, well, there's got to be a pony in there somewhere?
Because it makes a great story.
Is that it? But I mean, some of these are pretty bad stories. I mean, they're not on their own happy stories. Do you know what I'm saying?
And there's days where it gets to me. And
I'm sure.
I try not to go in the tank, and I go to the gym and take the dog for a walk. Tell my wife I let her work in my garden because I grow vegetables and roses and grapes and
What does going in the tank mean to you? What does that mean?
Looking for a bridge to jump off.
Yeah.
And just
But you don't. Obviously, you don't find a bridge. You figure out something else. It's
Not yet, yeah.
not yet. Gardening? You garden a lot then, huh?
Oh yeah, I grow vegetables. Matter of fact, if you look at
what do you got going right now?
If you look at the quad, all the palms and all that, the rocks, that's kind of my design. That's Sam and I worked on that one together. But no, this year it's like cherry tomatoes, green beans, bell peppers, trying corn. I'm in my third year of grapes, asparagus.
In your third year of grapes?
Yeah.
How's that working? Those are kind of hard, aren't they? No?
We'll see. I mean, last year, they were pretty small last year, but they were really good.
Huh.
And no, I've just got a big vine that I'm kind of extending out. I don't know, it's just an experiment. And they have yielded well. But they're just table grapes, they're not wine grapes, just red seedless. But it's just something fun to do.
Yeah. I took 30 minutes longer than I promised. I'm really sorry.
Unfortunately, my phone, my radio hasn't been going off. So
well, in a couple
I mean, I got plenty to do, but
yeah.
Now I got to go talk with the plumber and see what we got going on over there.
French drains.
Yes.
All right, Randy. Hey, thanks. RBV plant manager Randy Gallan. You can go to the Goodwill homepage at www.goodwill.org or to the Special Olympics homepage at www.specialolympics.org to learn about and support some of the charities important to Randy and his family. And now Act 4. RBV Administrator Carlos Gomez is a man passionate about living. Among his many talents, such as competitive cycling and salsa dancing, he also writes short stories, memoirs, and poetry, and hopes to break into commercial fiction with a series of short stories about life as a Latino immigrant in the United States. In honor of the rancho around us that we can't always see, he reads his original poem, I Work in the Back.
I work in the back. I work in the back of Asian kitchens, chopping blocks, strange cooking pots, the words that attack, and my nod is enough to unlock the door to my apartment. I work in the back of textured linens, purple American spots. Across the narrow window, shirts, ties, and wrinkle-free slacks. And my seat make all the shots, missed pockets and curly brown locks. I work on everyone's breakfast, lunch, dine with mariachis in my head, a tortilla I grab to munch, as I ponder dinner for those not yet fed. I pray you like the beans and rice. I work in the back of a nation, without rest, holidays, or vacations, still waiting for an invitation to sit my honor around a table, not set by my shackled hands.
Rancho Assistant Principal Carlos Gomez and his poem, I Work in the Back. And that does it for our second year of Respect the Ranch podcast. Thanks again to RBV Senior Roy Baez, the class of 2011, Randy Gallan, and Carlos Gomez for participating. Our original music was created by RBV teacher Nick Wheat and RBV Senior Stephen Gomez. As always, we need your help, so please send us feedback, give us leads on powerful stories, or contribute in any way you can. You can email our team at rtrpodcast@gmail.com. That's rtrpodcast, one word, @gmail.com. So until the 2011-2012 school year, I'm Scott Bailey thanking you for listening to the Respect the Ranch podcast from Rancho Buena Vista High School. Hook 'em horns.
Well, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere.